Hi Freedom fans, welcome back to the Sugar Freedom Kitchen. It's time for easy keto pizza. In other words, Freedom Pizza Crust, pretty much zero carb. Your base ingredients, your two most important ingredients are shredded cheese and eggs. One of the things I love about this recipe is how inexpensive it is. This is about $1 worth of shredded cheese and about $1 worth of eggs. Well, maybe a little more than $1 on the cheese. It's 4 cups of shredded cheese and 4 eggs. And so you can see the size bowl that I've used. It's a medium bowl, and there's how much is 4 cups of shredded cheese. Then we're gonna add the 4 eggs. And this is just pretty good, sure I got this at Safeway, Essential Everyday. And this is a Mexican 4 cheese blend. That's not necessarily what I would use. I would probably, if I was out shopping for this, I'd probably use mozzarella. But I wanted to make this for my husband kind of at the last minute. I had these ingredients and I said, I know I'll make a video for the Sugar Freedom fans as well. So here come the eggs. There's 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And certainly you could make this pizza crust base if all you had was the eggs and the cheese. But to give it a pizza flavor, we're gonna add a teaspoon of oregano. These are oregano leaves, which it actually makes a nice look in the crust because you can kind of see the leaves. And we're also going to do a teaspoon of basil. Isn't it nice? I can just use the same teaspoon for everything. Makes life really easy. There's that teaspoon of basil. And we always have this in the Sugar Freedom Kitchen. There's always garlic powder in my kitchen. So these would be, you know, what you would call your staples. Garlic powder, oregano, basil. These would be things that you always have in your kitchen. And we're gonna mix that up. But before I really get into the mixing, I want to talk about the pan. And I've actually reused these. These are inexpensive. These are the ones you get in a 3-pack at the grocery store. They're about 13 inches across. The labels are gone, so I can't tell you exactly, but I measured it and it measured out at 13 inches across. I have seen recipes online for this particular pizza crust doubled 7 cups of cheese and 7 eggs. This is 4 cups of cheese, 4 eggs. One of these 13-inch simple pizza pans is going to be fine. You do need to grease it, oil it, and so we're just gonna put a teaspoon of olive oil on it. And I do know there are some folks, so this would be eggs and cheese. If you wanted to butter it instead, you certainly could, but olive oil kind of sticks with the Italian theme and the Italian feeling. But like I said, you do need to grease it, or it is, I'm gonna add a little bit more, or it is gonna stick to the pan when you go to cut it. Now, of course, these are pretty inexpensive, so if you ended up cutting through them, it wouldn't be a disaster. But there we go, I've oiled it, and then I've oiled the pan. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and mix, mix, mix. Once again, in here, we have 4 cups of shredded cheese. You could simply use straight mozzarella if you wanted to. I just happen to have this in the house, so that's what I'm gonna use. So mixing it up, mixing up the cheese, mixing up the eggs. I have preheated the Sugar Freedom oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and mix, mix, mix. This is so easy. This is so simple. And my husband really likes it. My son really likes it. It is vegetarian. I have vegetarian friends who really like it. As a matter of fact, if I'm going to a function or a potluck, and I know there's going to be people there who don't eat meat, I will bring this base and then put mushrooms and olives and other yummy vegetables on it. This one is going to be for my husband, so there's going to be salami on it later, but that comes later. What comes first is that we mix it all up, and then we're going to press it into the pan. It smells really good. It's got a lovely Italian aroma, and there it is, all mixed up and ready to go into the pan. And I'm just going to put the whole thing in the middle. That makes it easy. I like it when it's easy. Easy keto pizza. And thank you for everybody who's watched it's the easy keto pork chops or the simple keto pork chops. That's actually gotten a significant amount of views for me, right? I have a small channel for now, which is why I also want to thank you to all of the people who have subscribed and the people who have commented. We're at around 390 subscribers, and it means a lot to me when you subscribe, and it means a lot to me when you comment. In terms of the comments, what's really helpful to everyone is when you comment with questions. Are there things that you need to know about going low carb? Are there things that you want to know about going sugar-free, grain-free, ketogenic? I really like answering your questions. So as you can see, I'm going to back up here a little bit so you can actually see the work I'm doing. And this is for a video, so I'm being a little bit more precise. If I was just cooking this for me, I might be a little more slapdash about it. But I want to smooth it out to the end. Smoothing it out. So can you see why it's helpful to kind of mound it in the center, and then you just press it out? Press it out. So if you have one of these 13-inch rounds and you're measuring, if you're not a really precise measurer, I'm not necessarily a precise measurer, you want to don't necessarily go under, go over a little bit, because if you go under, it's going to be a little bit more work filling in the pan. If you go really kind of right on 4 cups, you're really going to have the perfect amount to fill one of these pans. This is fun, you guys. Simple cooking is fun. Complicated cooking, not so much. But when we keep it simple, couple of good ingredients, couple of spices, simple techniques, it's really gratifying, it's relaxing, it saves money, and increases self-esteem. Because when you can cook healthy meals for yourself and your family, it makes you really proud of yourself. And look at that. Look at that. It's kind of flexible, and it's going to go in for 15 to 20 minutes, really more on the 20-minute side to really get it to bake up. There's going to be some brownness to it, and to have it really ready to go as a pizza crust. So I'm going to open the oven. I'm going to pop this in right there in the center. There we go. And I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And we're going to go ahead and cook that, and you're going to have your pizza crust. And of course, I'll take a picture at the end and add it on to the video so you can see what that looks like at the end. Once that's cooked for 20 minutes, what you can do is, if you want to keep this really keto, you're going to need to look for a pizza sauce that's, less than, very, very low in carbohydrate. If you want to keep it ultra low in carbohydrate, you're not even going to put a tomato sauce or a pizza sauce on it. When it comes out, you're going to put on some more cheese and some salami and maybe some mushrooms and some olives. And so that's going to keep it really, really low in the zero sugar, very, very low carb, almost zero carb. That being said, if you're on a ketogenic nutrition strategy, you get about 20 grams of carbohydrate total per day. So this has got almost no carbs in it, so you could of course put some vegetables on it. When I'm doing a vegetarian version, I like to do olives and mushrooms and bell peppers and onion, of course. My husband is we're gonna do salami and more cheese. So once again, in 20 minutes when this comes out of the oven, then you can put on even more cheese, add some salami, and then whatever low carbohydrate vegetables you enjoy. But there it is, that is your basic Freedom pizza crust, or a keto cheese pizza if that's all you're looking for. Another thing that you can do with this crust is it's a great base. You can cut it in triangles and you could actually use it as a bread substitute. So if you wanted to put, some other kind of, meat and vegetables on it, fold it over, great substitution. As you know, I use this as a substitution for bread, and I also use red cabbage leaves. So just another tip from the Sugar Freedom Kitchen. Please subscribe to this channel for more simple recipes. I also really enjoy sharing simple training strategies, weightlifting, intervals, and flexibility, and warm up and cool down. So once again, I'm Catherine Best Gordon for sugarfreedom.com and for Cardio Freedom as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you back here soon in the Sugar Freedom Kitchen. Bye-bye, everybody.